What's going on, guys? It is not Goomer22 here, it is Dan, but I am here commentating the VDL playoff match between Goomer and Lucien. So, it looks like this video doesn't have any music. Let me just throw on a little for the background then. So these two have had both very solid runs so far. I believe they both ended up first seeds in their division, and they are meeting up this round. So looking at Goomer's team, I've looked at the pace of the team, but I have not seen this battle yet. I know he's got some very, very interesting techs. The first thing I want to talk about is that it's a leftovers Spectre set, and I believe it has Disable on it to disable Sheer Cold, which really shuts down a lot of Lucien's offensive options. But what I really want to talk about is this Regirock set, which with Clear Body means its stats can't be lowered, and it is a max speed, max attack, Jolly Nature with that weakness policy, and I believe it's going to be set up next to Bulldoze Tauros a lot of the time, and it has access to Explosion as well. So I think it's a pretty interesting offensive set, and I wouldn't be surprised to see that thing go off to some extent in this battle. It does look like he's going to be leading the Regirock, so we'll be seeing what it can do, and we see a potential, Tauros was an option in the back that he was looking at, but he also hovered that Spectre for a little bit. Looking to Lucien's team with the Entei, Raikou, Suicune, Zoroark, Togetic, and Ice Cream Cone. I believe Ice Cream Cone is its proper name, of course. I believe looking at that, there's actually going to be an argument for this Appleton to come with the Assault Vest as well, because if you can get around the Ice Cream Cone, it's going to look pretty solid. But he's just deselected everything with 15 seconds left, and he is going to go straight for the activated Regirock set with the Tauros to control speed, and then the Regirock using its weakness policy sets. And he does end up locking into that Appleton at the end as well. So, good luck, have fun to both of our competitors this week, and we are going to dive straight on into this battle. Obviously, Goomer and Lucien both have very top-tier trainer cards, and let's go ahead and get on into it. So, Lucien does lead with the Ice Cream Cone and the Raikou. I've never heard of a Vanillix that's an Ice Cream Cone, and we have on Goomer's side, a Regirock and a Tauros. Tauros' Intimidate comes on out. That's not really going to matter because both of these Pokemon generally run special sets. But I wouldn't put it past Lucien to have a physical set as well. A Blizzard in this situation looks pretty good because you never assume that this Regirock is going to outspeed you. But a Bulldoze plus a Rock Slide actually might have the potential to take out this Vanillix with Stab and the fact that it'll be a weakness policy boost. And at max speed, if the Vanillix is at -1 and not Choice Scarf, I believe this Regirock should be outspeeding it. I don't believe it'll be outspeeding the Raikou yet, but one more Bulldoze should do that as well. But we do see the low sweep come on out first into the Tauros. That does not do as much damage as I'm sure he wanted it to, but the speed falls. But we do know that it's Choice Scarf, and that actually that means the Raikou is also Choice Scarf. But we do, he crits himself, but he does activate his own weakness policy as well. His stats will not be lowered here. But the Raikou and the Vanillix will both have their speed lowered. So the only thing without lowered speed is the Regirock. And we do see that with low sweep, that is going to be in fact the Zoroark. But the Rock Slide comes on out, and the Zoroark avoids, but the Vanillix does not. We believe that now at this point that Zoroark is going to be choice locked into low sweep. It's got to be a solid start there for Goomer. If I'm him in this next turn, to avoid a low sweep onto the Regirock, I'm likely protecting it and just getting off one more Bulldoze, which should give the Regirock speed advantage. Although with Choice Scarf, I think -2 you'll still be outspeeding the Zoroark, but I'm not exactly 100% sure of those calcs. But let's go ahead and see what he's got in the back, and it is the Suicune. Will we see Sheer Cold immediately, or will he go for something more reasonable in this position like Scald? Scald does look effective into this Regirock, but I do expect to protect here, which makes a lot of sense. And I believe the Zoroark is also going to be choice locked in. But we'll see if he goes for the Sheer Cold here or if he goes for the Scald. Whatever it is, I don't remember. I wasn't paying attention to what Goomer just switched into. But if it is going to be that Spectre, he will have the opportunity actually to disable it, which I think is going to be very efficient for him this next turn. So let's see if it is that Spectrier. Fantaroth, that does sound like a Spectrier, so yes, it is in fact a Spectrier. And then we have Protect on Regirock. I would expect either Scald or Sheer Force, or Sheer Cold to come into that spot. And it is going to be the Scald, which I believe should be disabled. I believe that's probably the play here. And then, oh, he might be clicking Explosion. He sent out the Ghost type. I would not be shocked at all if he clicks Explosion in this situation. But we do see that he's revealed Leftover Spectrier. You don't necessarily think of Spectre as a super bulky Pokemon, but on the special side, it's actually solidly bulky. But let's see how this turn goes. Explosion here would not shock me at all, although you're not going to be outspeeding that Raikou, and it could have access to that Aura Sphere. But no, he's going to be going for Rock Slide instead of Explosion. Let's see if he's able to get it off. We are going to be seeing Scald get disabled. And we do see the Aura Sphere coming out. Is Regirock going to be able to survive this? It will not. So Regirock goes down. Lucian is going to be in decent position here, but with Scald disabled, I don't expect him to be moving this turn. He does not. But now that sets up the Spectrier very firmly in Sheer Cold range. Suicune and Raikou are on the field, and we know we've got Zoroark in the back. So the Spectrier with Snarl actually is not going to be looking too bad. And we could just be seeing some Bulldozers coming out for speed control as well. That wouldn't shock me. But with the Vanillux down, I do like that Assault Vest late game on the Appleton. So let's see how this plays out. You probably want to get rid of the Suicune before that because it's likely packing Ice Beam or, as we all know, Sheer Cold. Snarl, I don't think is the worst choice here. I could also see Protect and Bulldoze coming out here. Or we'll see what else this Tauros is going to choice lock into. And he is going to be going for Snarl, but as we know, Snarl does not reduce damage from Sheer Cold. And is he going to be leaving the Suicune alive? It looks like he is, because he's going to be double edging into the Raikou, which is protecting. Double edge will do nothing into the Protect there. And a Snarl will come on out. Do we see the Sheer Cold play? Suicune special attack has fallen. Its output is going to be very low, but no, it goes for the Icy Wind play to get the speed control back because there was no Bulldoze this turn. At this point, Goomer's got to be considering protecting with the Spectrier and going for that Bulldoze. No, he can't. He's choice locked in. With that choice lock in, I think Aura Sphere makes a lot of sense into this Tauros slot. I don't know if it will kill, though. This Spectre, on the other hand, still has the potential to output a substantial amount of damage. But we'll see with the Double Edge. The Double Edge is going back to the Raikou. I'm really nervous about another Aura Sphere taking out this Tauros. I don't know if it will. And Tauros does go down. This is not looking good for Goomer in this game one. We do see that the Life Orb recoil here, and then the Snarl into the Spectrier. Spectrier's output is also being significantly lowered here. He's going to start going for Snarls of his own, but is it too little, too late? We have to figure out exactly what this Appleton's going to be able to do. If he is able to take out this Suicune and not die to an Ice-type move, then I do think this Appleton is going to have a substantial endgame advantage with this Assault Vest setup. With Assault Vest, and if he gets one more Snarl out, and then he can start Giga Draining, he might actually be able to output even Ice Beam on this Suicune. So let's find out. He does have the Giga Drain, and he will be going for Giga Drain on the Suicune, it looks like. Shadow Ball comes on out for the Raikou. That's going to be enough to take out the Spectre from here. You would imagine. No, never mind. Spectre had much more health than I thought it did. Although the special defense drop does not help. A Snarl will come on out from the Suicune. Spectre survives and will get one more Snarl of its own off. This is actually going to put this Appletun in very good position if the Snarl can connect on this. A double connect would be huge here. And it does connect on both. And that's really all that this Spectre will need to do, because at this point it's going to be all up to this Appletun using Giga Drain. That is not going to be doing enough damage onto the Suicune, but the Suicune's also not going to be doing a lot to it. I believe this next turn, should he be protecting the Spectre? I don't think protect onto the Spectre makes the most. I guess he will go for it anyway. There's nothing that the Spectre is going to be outspeeding at this point, which is the downside. He's going to call Protect in the Suicune. No, he's not going to call Protect on the Suicune. With the Suicune going for Snarls as well, this Appletun's damage is going to be significantly lowered. If there is a Pokemon on Goomer's team that does have that 1v3 potential, it is this Appletun. So let's see if it's able to start getting that engine going. Goes into the Protect there, and then I imagine a Snarl comes on out. And it will go into that Appletun. It's not dealing a lot. It's only dealing 4 damage. But more important is the damage that it's stopping. However, Apple Acid comes on out, which I believe will be lowering the target's special defense. So it does sort of counteract the Snarl very, very slowly. But this is still not a position I would want to be Goomer in. I think, especially if this Suicune has Ice Beam, that we are going to be seeing Lucian on the front foot. But Goomer does have the sort of late game staying power, and with that Giga Drain. And if this damage keeps getting neutered, if this Raikou doesn't switch out here, then we are potentially seeing a very, very strong late game. Oh, the Suicune's going to be switching out here. Zoroark's going to be eating an Apple Acid. And there is the potential for a big Giga Drain to come out into that Zoroark. Although the Suicune might, or the Raikou might be a bigger threat at this point. If Lucian's able to switch around this Raikou and reset all the Snarls, then it will not be looking good for Goomer. But that Zoroark is absolutely in Giga Drain range, so I think he has to Giga Drain that slot. Maybe Apple Acid. Yeah, Apple Acid makes more sense because that will cover for a Zoroark switch into that slot. But if I'm Lucian here, I'm definitely switching the Suicune in for the Raikou, resetting the drops on the Raikou to try and have some late game damage. Because as it is, it doesn't actually look like he has a way to deal damage to this Appletun with the Assault Vest. And with Giga Drain and Apple Acid, it can start eventually recovering its own health. The Suicune will come on out. He will probably have to ignore this Suicune. We do see the Sludge Bomb come out. That's going to do a substantial amount of damage, but it does not quite do half. Oh, the poison is huge, though. The poison is huge. Lucian is running hot with the RNG, even in the playoffs here, but the Apple Acid will take down the Zoroark. The poison is going to put him on a timer. Giga Drain can counteract it to some extent, but man, that really, really hurts if you are in Goomer's position here. Moving on, though, we see the Raikou coming back out. I'm not sure what I want to do if I am Goomer here. The Suicune likely doesn't have great damage output, and with Life Orb plus Giga Drain into Raikou, you could take the Raikou out, and if you're able to eat that plus 2 hits from the Suicune, I think there's a chance. But he's going to be going for the Sucker Punch, which is not minus defense. If he's able to take out the Raikou here, that's going to be huge. But no, Raikou will survive. Is it going to be enough with this Life Orb damage? If it's enough with the Life Orb damage... Oh, and he gets the special defense drop. That is disgusting. Raikou does go down here, though. Suicune goes for the Icy Wind, which is the quad effective. How much will it be doing? It drops it to 18 health. And the speed falls. The special defense has already fallen with poison damage. Is that going to be enough for this game 1? It is. I think that special defense drop really hurt because he would have at least potentially had a roll on that Sucker Punch. So game 1 goes to Lucien. what adjustments will Goomer be making for Game 2? The little bits of RNG at the end there hurt him, but I don't think he was in a great position throughout that end game, especially with Lucian switching around the way he was. I do think he was underestimating the damage output of that Raikou throughout. Raikou is really the big offensive threat on Lucian's team in this matchup. So what will we be seeing to counter that? I do think the Regirock is correct, but I do think we might want to see an early explosion out of the Regirock. Especially since we know that the Tauros is going to be outspeeding the Raikou. But instead we're going to be seeing Clefable and Regirock. I'm not exactly sure what this is going to be doing, but it is an interesting looking setup. The no-bulk Regirock, really not bulky. And we're not going to be seeing Weavile or Tauros. Goomer's season on the line here. He is going to be going with what looks like, on paper, his strongest Pokemon. Although I would really love to see the Tauros. The double edge damage here is just really threatening. But I can understand with the potential of that Togetic not wanting to go into the Tauros here. Lucian really thinking this one through. And we are looking at... I imagine the Entei is going to be coming this game, actually, based on the way that last game played out. I think all three dogs come and Togetic. I don't think Zoroark proved that effective, except for that Sludge Bomb to get the poison at the end there. I don't think it'll be as useful this time around, and I don't believe Lucian would believe it either. Gets in under the gun. Will Goomer be calling out a potential Zoroark lead here, or will he believe at face value what he's seeing? Let's head into game number 2. Lucian sends out the Raikou and Suicune. We don't know if either of these are the Zoroark, but we do have the Clefable and the Regirock. The Clefable is going to be able to redirect these... Aura Spheres, but no, he's just going to swap straight into the Appleton here. If one of these is the Zoroark, this is very risky, but I completely understand, given the special nature of Lucian's team wanting to start Calm Minding up with this Clefable. Does have a lot of potential damage output here. And we do see a switch straight into the Vanillux. The Vanillux switch into the Appleton switch. This is not going to be looking good. If he had just gone for a Follow Me Rock Slide, this could have been a huge turn for him, but instead, we see the Appleton switching in front of two Pokemon with Ice-type moves, and it is going to reveal itself to be the Zoroark, which gets a massive Sludge Bomb off on the Clefable. This is not looking good for Goomer here. Lucian might be punching his tickets into the finals. Calm Mind goes up for the Clefable, but at this point, I don't know if it's going to be enough with this Zoroark on the field in front of this Vanillux. He can go for the Moonblast, he can go for the Life Dew, but he is threatened with a lot of damage currently. I don't know what a good switch in here is. A Blizzard just seems super free. Blizzard plus Sludge Bomb might be enough to take out the Clefable, and if that's the case, Goomer is going to be running low on options here, and he switches back into the Regirock. This might just be a clean sack of the Regirock. Sludge Bomb will come back out, deal a substantial amount of damage, and the Blizzard comes out. Is this going to be enough to pick up the Clefable? It is, and it does 2/3 to the Regirock as well. Not calling that out as Zoroark. The first turn just went so well for Lucian. Goomer is really going to be on the back foot here. He needs to find a way to break through this sort of oppressive-looking lead. Disable into the Vanillux, assuming it goes for Blizzard again, and then landing a Rock Slide. That seems like the best bet if this Zoroark goes for a Dark-type move into the Spectrier. In fact, that seems like the only out potentially here, but the Zoroark targeting down the Regirock will basically spell the end of Goomer's season for him, but he is going to be playing for his outs, and this does seem like his best out. I know it's hard to click the button, Goomer, but you gotta. Or he could explode. He could also explode, but I think Rock Slide has the potential to do more damage. But he is going to go out with a literal bang here. Especially if this disable connects, which it looks like it will. And we are going to see this Regirock explode, which could actually turn the tides of this game if this Vanillux went for Blizzard again. Blizzard is disabled, and we are going to see the Regirock actually explode. Love that animation. It does not affect the Spectrier. It doesn't take out the Vanillux. It does a decent chunk to the Suicune, but he does get a free switch. The Vanillux is also likely in range of a Shadow Ball at this point. You really don't want to let this Suicune start boosting up, or this Spectrier start boosting up, and you can start Apple Aciding down this. This is not actually a horrible position, because Shadow Ball into the Vanillux will counteract this Snarl, and an Apple Acid will actually drop the Suicune special attack. I think he's got to go. I don't think Snarl's the play here. I think he has to go Shadow Ball into the Vanillux. He's got to Shadow Ball the Vanillux here, because he needs to start getting boosts on it. Protect is fine this turn. Well, no, I don't think Protect is fine either. You assume the Vanillux has another Ice-type move. You have to Shadow Ball the Vanillux and believe it takes down. Come on, Goomer. Shadow Ball the Vanillux. Shadow Ball the Vanillux. Snarl's not going to do it. Snarl is not going to do it. Protect. Okay. I don't like this play. He should have Shadow Balled the Vanillux here. Shadow Ball would have taken it out. But he does switch out the Vanillux. Goomer might be rewarded for his defensive play here. And we do see that the Raikou switches in, we believe. Suicune will get an Icy Wind off. And after an Apple Acid, now the Suicune is going to be threatening the damage. Or we're going to be threatening a KO on this Suicune with a Shadow Ball. Goomer is getting rewarded for this play. I think Lucian played too passively here, unless that Vanillux was choice locked in. I don't know the calcs. Goomer might know that calc. If that was choice locked into Blizzard, then this play makes a lot more sense. But now Shadow Ball into the Suicune is pretty free, and you can get a Giga Drain off into this Raikou if you want. This is looking like Goomer might pull this one back off the power of Spectrier just beginning to sweep with Shadow Ball. If this Snarl kills, this is going to be even better because he'll be able to neuter this Raikou's damage. But if Snarl does not kill, that could seal the fate on his season. I don't know that calc at -1. Knowing how bulky Suicune is, it probably kills still. But, oh, that feels like a huge, huge risk to take. I believe the play here is going to be to... He's still going to go for the Snarl. I believe here you want to either Apple Acid or Giga Drain this Raikou. Will this kill? This is his season on the line. It doesn't go down. He needed to Shadow Ball. Oh, no. Oh, the humanity. Because now an Icy Wind comes on out. He needed to Shadow Ball into that Suicune slot. And he didn't even target the Suicune down with Appleton. Icy Wind will come out. Assuming this connects, Goomer is going to be at a speed disadvantage on the Spectrier. If he had KO'd on that Suicune with a Shadow Ball, he would very much be in this game. But here, I think he's going to be out of it. I believe Lucian looks like he is in great position to advance here. The Raikou drops. The hail stops. Suicune survives. Goomer went for the risky play twice in a row. The first time it paid off. The second time it did not. The Spectre is sitting with full PP on Shadow Ball. It's protecting. He's got to go for the Giga Drain into the Raikou here. Hope to take it out. And maybe he has a shot. This is not looking good though. I believe he got a little bit too cute by half that previous turn. I think not clicking Shadow Ball cost Goomer his shot in this game, but we will see if there is something that he can do or that Lucian can do that will let Goomer back into this game, but I don't think it's looking good at this point. The Raikou protects. The Spectre will also protect, which means he is just going to be in even worse position no matter what happens here. Now he can't get a protect off this next turn. And the Suicune connects with its only sheer cold of the game. Yeah, that's going to lock it up. What a way to go. What a way to go. At this point, I feel very confident saying congratulations to Lucian for locking up the 2-0 this week. Goomer, I think, played a little bit too defensively with Snarls at the end of this game, as this Spectre is going to die having not clicked Shadow Ball in this game. But that's what you get in the VDL. You get some high-level matches with some big risks, and Lucian is switching out the Suicune in an attempt to preserve the 4-0. Congratulations to Lucian for making it into the finals. Goomer, job well done this season. It survived. It's still not going to do anything because this isn't going to be enough, but it does prolong this game one extra turn. Man, that Shadow Ball does a lot of damage. I was wrong. Shadow Ball did get used once this game. But congratulations. What an exciting match. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And with all that being said, I'm just going to let this Raikou pick up its last kill. Never mind, the Zoroark's going to pick it up. As Lucian moves into the final. Congratulations, Lucian. But thank you guys so much for watching. I know this is Goomer's channel, but please don't forget to give him a like, comment, and subscribe as well. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.